What's up, guys? It is SK back with Magic the Gathering, and a couple of you have asked for a little tutorial on how to actually play Magic, so I'm going to try and describe the rules of the game to the best of my ability. So, game is about to start. Each player draws 7 cards into their hand. You start with 7 cards. Since Koth is going first, he starts with 7, does not draw a card at the beginning of his turn. You will draw a card at the beginning of every turn, except if you're playing first. So he will not draw a card, but every turn after that, you will always draw 1 card at the beginning of your turn. So you start with your 7 cards. Now the phases go, there's the main phase, which is when you play land. You can only play 1 land a turn. You play, unless you have a spell that says otherwise, but 1 land a turn, and then you play creatures, spells, artifacts, enchantments, abilities, whatever you want in that main phase, as long as you have the mana to do so. And then after that is the attack phase. And in that phase, you declare your attackers, you tap the creature, and then you either deal the damage to the player or the player chooses to block. I'll get more in depth with that as it actually happens. Then, once the creature's tapped, you can't block with it, so it's like you can't use this creature until it's your turn again. Then, the next phase is there's a main phase that comes after the attack phase, and in that you can play any creatures, spells, artifacts, enchantments. It's very similar to the first main phase. It's just you get to react to what happened when you attacked, or if you attacked at all. So that's that. I'm going to get the ball rolling here. I've got my hand here, my 7 cards. What you want in your hand is you want a nice balance of lands, creatures, and like spells and things like that. So I'm actually a big fan of this hand. I've got my couple of lands with a cheap creature that I can play first turn. Another cheap creature. This is actually a really good creature. And then some ability spell, or they're not abilities, they're enchantments. Enchantment spells that allow me to get rid of creatures the opponent has. So I'm actually going to keep this hand. What you can do is you can draw a new hand, and that'll give you another 7 cards, which you get to choose from if you don't like your hand. But you can only do that once. After that, you start going down to like 6 cards a hand, 5 cards a hand, 4 cards a hand. So it gets bad. You basically only want to do it once. But let's go. So he's going first. He's in his main phase. Plays his land. Okay, he has no creatures to play, so it goes to my turn. My turn, I draw my card. Now I will play my land, and then I'm going to play this guy. So I've casted my creature, but since I just played it this turn, it has Summoning Sickness, which means it can't attack this turn. It can block for me, but it can't attack. It can't attack or use abilities. So until it comes back to me, I can't attack with him, but I can block. So that's a distinction there. Alright, I've got no more mana because I tapped my land to pay for this guy. He's 1 land, and it's his turn. Okay, he still doesn't have a creature. That's bad for him. He's going to allow me to attack, and he has no defense. Okay, I play my 1 land. Now what do I want to do here? When the center is battlefield, you may search your library for a card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Or what could I do here? Okay. I think I'm going to play this so I can get some more artifacts in my hand. It varies on style of play. People can choose what they want to do. But I think I'm going to take this card because it gives me protection from red. Now, since I have protection from red, that allows me to attack, and he cannot block. Well, right now he had... Oh, I'm going to stop it. Right now, it's my attack phase. I've decided I'm going to attack with the Elite Vanguard. So he is attacking, and I tap that creature, meaning I will not be able to block with this guy. He is declared an attacker. He has no defense, so he is automatically going to take 2 life, unless he has a spell that can kill my guy. It'd be really ironic if he did have that. And now he's going to take 2 points off his life total, which is 18, which brings him to 18. You start off with 20 life. And now it's his turn. I had no more mana, so it's his turn. 3 lands, and he still doesn't have a creature. That is really bad. Okay, he has a creature. Alright. That's an ability. You see that? It says Molten Ravager gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So, he has an ability. He can tap a land to make this creature have a bigger attack. And the attack down at the bottom, I don't know if... I assume this is really basic, but people probably don't know it. The first number is the damage that is dealt out, and the second number is like the defense. So it's like attack... What is it? Power and toughness. That's the terms I use. Power and toughness. So if my power, say I have a creature, if I attack him with my 2/1 and he blocks with his 0/4, nobody dies. Because my 2, if it was like a 4-1, I would kill his creature. So if the numbers, if power of one creature matches the toughness of another, then you kill it. But otherwise, it doesn't. I'm sure people can figure that out. It's not very complicated. But my turn, I'm going to play my land. Then, what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to use this ability, tap, which allows me to bring out an artifact. I'm going to bring this artifact out onto the field, and then I'm going to use this to play him. Basically, you want to find as many ways as possible to get as many cards out on the field with the amount of mana you have. So, had I not used that ability, I wouldn't have been able to play both artifacts, but with it, I could. So, okay, he's attacking me. I'm not going to block because he'll kill my creature because he has his tap ability. See, he's tapping it. He gets 1, 2. He's probably going to do all 4. Yeah, so I'm going to take 4 damage here. Okay, so I'm down to 16. Okay, draw a card, play my land. I've got 4 lands now. What does this do? Okay. Okay, that's 2 mana, so I'm going to activate this ability, and I'm going to put it on this guy. So I tap my 2 mana, and I put it on here. Now, this creature has protection from red creatures and white creatures, which means he cannot be blocked or targeted by those spells. So red or white creatures, spells, anything cannot deal damage to my creature. So he's safe from basically everything he can throw at me. And then what else do I want to do here? You may put an equipment card from your hand on the battlefield. Okay, I don't want to do that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip, tap 2, and equip this onto him as well, so that I can use him to make a serious attack here. And I'm going to actually attack with both creatures, because I'm not going to risk blocking with my 1-2. Okay, so I deal the 6 damage there. It's down 12. My 1 there. And then this card has an ability. It says whenever deals damage to the player, deals damage equal to the number of cards that player has in their hand, and I gain that life. So right now he loses a ton of life, and I just gained 4. He lost 4, and I gained 4. That's what it was. Okay? So there's little abilities. Make sure you read the cards and the abilities clearly, because when I was learning out, I didn't pay attention much to those, and they caused a lot of problem. Okay. There's always little abilities. I'm going to try and focus on like the overarching things, but Forest Walk is one of the things like creature is unblockable if you control forest. It's like Swamp Walk, Mountain Walk. Basically, if it has walk in it, it means it's unblockable if you control that kind of land. But I have no forest, so that's useless. Okay, my turn. I draw my card. I'm going to play Core Duelist. And then this is going to be the end of the game because he can't block me, seeing that I have deflection from red. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play this enchantment. Now this enchantment allows me to arrest one of his creatures, and I'm going to arrest this one. Arrest means it stops, so what does it say? Cannot attack or block, and its abilities cannot be activated. Basically, it takes the creature out of the game. So that creature can no longer do anything of value for him unless he can kill that enchantment. And there are things that say, like, remove target enchantment from the game. So it's basically read the cards very carefully and understand how things work. I know I didn't really get into spells and everything, but with this, it's an instant, so I can play it whenever I want. So I can play an instant during an attack. So, like, here, I'll attack. I attack with this. No. Oh, bummer. No. That was stupid. I skipped by accident. But, okay, I'll just let him survive for another turn. I pity him. I pity him. Okay, he plays his creature. He taps all of his mana. Okay, it's my turn. I play my land. Oh, and one thing I want to clear up. See how this says 3... There's a 3 in gray, and then there's 2 planes next to it. That means you can play... It costs 3 mana of any kind and 2 planes. So it's 5 in total. Okay? It's not like 3 planes and an additional plane. It's 3 mana of any kind and then 2 planes. So that's how that works. And then, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play this instant. But I'm going to continue. Then I'm going to attack, and I'm going to attack with everybody just to show off this instant. Now, what I'm going to do is I can stop play since I have this instant and say, okay, I want to play this now. And it'll go out on the field, and I can play it whenever I want. Now I'm going to choose red because it wants protection from some card. All of my creatures gain that ability, and it's game over. So instant spells can be played relatively whenever you want. I can't remember if you need them to be triggered by the other player if it's on their turn or not, but you can play an instant on your main phase, combat phase, whenever you want. But I hope that answered most of your questions. If I skipped stuff, please let me know. I really enjoy teaching people and letting them learn about how to play Magic, because Magic's a really fun game. It's intimidating to try and get into it because people can be very aggressive and judgmental if you're not very good at it, but it's a lot of fun, and if you're trying to learn it, I do recommend keep at it. It's a lot of fun. But if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll try and answer it. If there's another aspect that's a big aspect, I might make another video on it. I know I basically covered very basic concepts in this video, but hopefully I covered everything. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.